Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Precious Natiko. Here we talk all things SEMA, academics, careers and wellness. If you haven't clicked on the subscribe button, please do so and turn on your post notifications so that you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. So before we get into today's video, I want to announce two winners for the giveaway. If you guys remember, a couple of weeks ago I put up a video saying that I'm going to be giving two Takealot vouchers worth 500 Rand each to one of you guys, and the giveaway ended this month in February, and I'm ready to announce the winners. So I did a random selection on the internet. I just put up the video there and it selected the comment randomly, and the first winner of the giveaway is Ntando Yenkosi Mlambo 6930. I will read the comment. It reads as follows: I really enjoyed the From Academic Exclusion to Academic Excellence video. It was such a good representation. Sometimes all we need is to see someone's comeback to believe our own comeback. And the second winner is Matipa Chepate 1479. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I appreciate your SEMA content as it is also part of my own journey. I also like your mental health content. Sisters are the best. Big up to your sister. Congratulations to you guys. If I could, I would give each and every one of you guys a giveaway, but obviously I have some limitations, so this is just my token of appreciation. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. Thank you for subscribing, for liking the videos, and just for interacting with me. I really do appreciate it. But let's get into today's video. So today, the video that I'm making is for students. Whether you are doing your undergrad, your postgrad, engineering, finance, medicine, psychology, what have you, I believe that these are things that will help you as a student. And I'm going to be making reference to my postgrad year because I believe that these are the things that I did well in my postgrad year, and it led to me being a top 2 in my class, and I believe that they're going to also help you to reach academic excellence. And I'm also going to share with you guys some of the things that I think if I had to redo postgrad, I would do differently. So the first one is fail fast, learn fast. I know it sounds a bit of a cliche, but it's important for you to fail fast. And what I mean by that is failure is a part of it, whether it's failing a test, an assignment, an exam, whatever the case. When you do fail, it's important for you to fail forward in a sense of you receive the mark, vent, cry, whatever, and get up. Sometimes people fail and they stay there and they beat themselves up and all those things. I remember when I got my test 1 mark for PRS, I got 38%. I was so disappointed. Because like it was the only test 1 that I failed, and I got all my other marks first, and then PRS was last, and it was like, no, baby girl, you failed. And I was very disappointed. I called my friend, told her, and I was like, oh my gosh, I failed. And we talked about it, we laughed about it. And after that, I went to consult with the academic trainee, and I was like, I failed this. I don't know, there's something about saying it many times, like, I failed PRS, and she was like, it's okay. A lot of people do. You're going to get up. So what I learned from that is, I think what I did differently in terms of failing, or my approach to failure compared to how I used to be in undergrad, was that I used to keep it to myself, like, oh my gosh, I failed, and then it's just my thing. And that makes you feel like you are alone. But the more you talk to people and you vent it out, laugh it out, and move on and learn from it, it's important to learn from it. That's why we say fail forward. You are going to be taking the lessons that you have learned in this one particular test to the next one. The second thing is consult. You cannot have enough consultations. I remember I consulted on the first day of lectures. I went to my strategy lecturer and I was like, so what is it? Because they kept saying this thing of postgrad requires something different to undergrad. I'm like, okay, what are your expectations of me as a student, and what can I expect from the course? And that was one of the first conversations we had on the first day. I went to the other lecturer, my finance lecturer, and I asked him the same questions, and we had that conversation. That's how a relationship was built between me and my lecturers. So consult. I don't know why as students we just have a thing against consulting. It makes your life so much easier, and you don't just consult when things are like rough and now it's like a last resort. Consult just to have a conversation. You're stressed about something, you're just stressed about schoolwork, go and talk to your lecturers. Like, lecturers are so, like, 90% of lecturers are really nice people that actually like these conversations. Go to them, have a chat. It doesn't have to be this formal thing. Also consult with your fellow students. Like, sometimes we think consultation is this formal thing. Like, you can consult with someone else who's doing better at this particular module than you are. I remember the guy who got first place in my class because I got second place. I used to consult with him a lot. It's not high school mentality of competition and whatnot. I was just like, you know what, you're very good with strategy. What do you do? Like, what is it that you're doing different that I'm not doing? You know, just go to someone, and if you see someone really gets this module, go to them and talk to them about it. And the third thing is pre-reading, active engaging, and doing post-work activities. So my study method in postgrad was that I would open the slides, open the textbook, and I would pre-read, and that just means going through the textbook, reading what is on the textbook. The textbook goes into detail, and I would add that to my slides. So this one is what worked for me. You have to figure out what will work for you. But for me, I found it time saving to rather add notes to the slides. You can either print out the slides and write notes on them, or you can do it on your laptop, which is what I did. I would add notes to the slides, have the same slides open in class, and when the lecturer says something that I didn't get from the textbook, I will add on to those slides. So those will be my notes basically. And then after class, when I'm now doing maybe a tutorial question or just reading through my slides again, I would then add more notes to that. So my slides were really my notes, and come exam time, I just read that because it already has the textbook information summarized, and what the lecturer had prepared on the slides and what they said on the slides, and some of the things that I picked up from questions. So it was very comprehensive. So that was my study method. You can figure out your own and stick to it. If you see that something is working, stick to it. And this is obviously very different to how I used to study in undergrad, but I had to be adaptable in terms of I needed to find a very efficient and effective study method, and that's what you have to do for yourself as well. You need to sacrifice a bit of your social life. Unfortunately, you can't have it all. There are people who can party the night before a test and go up and show up and just be great, but for the majority of us, you still need to put in the hours. There's nothing that will sort of like save you from just doing the hard work. Put in the work, and you have to sacrifice a bit of your social life. But a caveat on that, I would say, learn to also have guilt-free rest times and days. If you know that you want to go out, I remember I wanted to, for example, go out for my birthday because it's my birthday and it was the week before test week. So I was like, okay, how are we gonna plan this out? I was like, okay, I'm gonna work from 8 o'clock in the morning and then until like 4. And then after 4, I can just go out and have fun and all those things. So plan your time, prioritize and everything. And then the last one that I did well is working from day one. Don't think that you're going to catch up, especially in postgrad. If you're watching this video and it's still February, you can still catch up. If you're like watching this video and it's later on in the year, don't beat yourself up, but it's very important to be consistent and work from day one, which is what I did. I think that's one of the things that I did well. Instead of thinking, oh, I still have time, I can recover. Postgrad, and especially honest, like it's just 1 year. It goes by very fast. You can't just say, okay, I will recover. Sometimes it's not easy to recover. Okay, what I would do differently if I had to do postgrad again, one, I would have a study partner from the beginning of the year. So I had a study group at the beginning of the year. Okay, it was probably after test 1. So that's when we saw that, okay, things are tough and we need a study group, which was great. I really enjoyed my study group. It also helped me with the group projects that we did later on in the year. However, our study group was large, relatively. We were 8. And sometimes when the more it's not always the merrier, because your level of consistency can go down. Because now if we say, okay guys, I was meeting up on this set date, and then someone else is like, oh no, I won't be able to make it, can we move it to another day? It just having consensus in a larger group is more difficult. So I would say, if you're going to have a study group, rather keep it small, like 3-4 max people. So I would have had a study partner from the beginning of the year, because I had a study partner in second semester and it really helped. And this is about leveraging your expertise. So I was good with management accounting, the case study stuff. Like I was good with writing the case study part of the syllabus, and I wasn't so great when it came to the technical stuff of finance. It was a bit more difficult for me to grasp the concept, especially with finance in second semester. It does become a bit more challenging in terms of the content. So I found a study partner who's very good with that. So she can help me with that part. I can help her how to write a case study, kind of thing, you see. So get a study partner who has a different strength and a different weakness to yours, because the blind can't lead the blind. And then read up on current news. The lecturers kept saying, especially my finance lecturer kept saying, that we need to read up on current news. And honestly, I did not find it interesting. And I would, every time before a test, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I have so much catching up to do. What is current? Because now I need to think about current news, because the lecturer is most probably going to pull the question from what is happening in the current news. So make sure that you just keep up. And this is not just for helping you with test scenarios and stuff like that. Certainly it will, but it also opens your mind. Like if you hear this finance concept a bit more frequently, it becomes a part of your language. Like you are able to understand these things from a market perspective, especially in postgrad. There are some things that are not in the textbook, and they somehow expect you to know how maybe the share price works and how what inflation works and stuff like that. And these are sometimes things that are common knowledge if you keep up with the news, that may not be so common knowledge when you just have your head in the textbook. So I didn't do enough of that. I read more current news now because of the corporate space I find myself in. But yeah, definitely find a media method that is more suitable to you. If you like podcasts, go on and search up podcasts that talk about current news. If you enjoy reading, if you enjoy listening to the radio, whatever it is, just read up or watch current news. Understand the method in the madness. And I'm going to say this about the module that I found the most challenging throughout the year, and I think really got it towards the second semester, definitely. And this was the risk module. I didn't understand what was expected of me in that module, because you can study the textbook and you get there and you ask yourself, which part of the textbook is this? So understanding the method in the madness is understanding the purpose of the module. A risk is something that happens unexpectedly, right? It's something that you didn't expect. So the module is trying to equip you with the skill of how would you react if you are approached with something that you were not expecting. So that's what understanding the method in the madness means. And different modules will require different skill set for you to have to thrive in that module, and what you apply in one module does not necessarily apply in another module. So that's what something I would do differently. Not seeing the modules in silos. Sometimes when you think, especially when you're in undergrad, you're just doing a bunch of different modules, that's economics or finance, accounting. Sometimes these modules don't really interlink, but then the higher you go, whether you are in undergrad or now when you move on to postgrad, you realize that these modules are very intertwined. So don't see them in silos. When you are writing a risk test, you can put in finance, you can put in strategy, and same goes with the other modules as well. And then the last thing is be confident, and this one is built by evidence and results. You can't just say be confident and go in there without studying, going in there without putting in the work and just think that confidence is gonna come. What I've realized is that confidence comes with evidence of, okay, I've put in the work, this is what I've done, and then that builds your confidence, right? And I think a bonus one for anyone who's doing CIMA is I would understand the CIMA verbs before test one. Honestly, there's a document, if you're at UJ, there's a document that explains CIMA verbs. And if I do still have the document, I will try to link it down below. But understand CIMA verbs and what they actually mean for the different modules. That is very important. I only learned that after test one, and I was like, if I knew this, I would have nailed this paper. So that's just one of the things I would have done differently. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really love hearing from you guys. So leave your comments and questions down below, and I will sure get to them. I will see you guys on the next one.